Greetings, people of the internet. It is I, that Canadian fangirl, bringing you your red-hot news and excitement for this week for your anime and pop culture excitement. We are now in April, and I figured because we're going down into my birthday month, I might as well talk about Pokemon. It is my favorite anime, and also probably the first anime I ever watched, and my first episode, I'm pretty sure my first episode got cut off, so I might as well finish what I was talking about with Pokemon and talk about the significance that it has to me and how much I truly do love Pokemon and just everything about it. We can talk about Detective Pikachu and what have you. April Fools! Deuces! Okay. Food, yeah, folks! Y'all thought we were going to talk about Pokemon today. Well, that's what you get for getting your hopes up on an April 1st. But no, we are going to talk about the first anime I ever watched. But it ain't Pokemon. It is this thing. Good old Superbook. This is the classic Superbook. I received this VHS tape. It's a big value set. There are VHS tape. There are two VHS tapes in this thing. Look at that. Look at that. I don't even still watch it because who has VCL anymore? Nah, I love this thing. But yeah, no. Back in elementary school, I received this thing. Could have been. I probably wasn't any more than 10. I can't remember any more than 10 when I received this, but I bought it religiously, no pun intended, because it's religious. Produced in contact with the Quentin TV network. But I was enthralled by this thing, and I watched these 6 episodes over and over and over again. Basically every other day. I have a strong nostalgia connection for Superbook. And I was thinking about it last year. It's like, I didn't realize Superbook was anime until a couple of years ago. It was like, oh yeah, that was probably my first anime. I didn't even know it got remade. This is from 1981. And so I looked it up, like, what is the CGI abominations? What is the classic Superbook? The classics! This was my introduction to anime, and it's probably the most fun I had watching it. It's also a really good Bible story for kids. Like, if you need to introduce young kids to different Bible stories, this is a Superbook with a great little compendium because it broke down all these Bible parables in a way that was really fun for kids. Like, this is the first episode, which is the story of Genesis. You got the story of Cain and Abel. You got Noah's flood, and on the second tape, you got Jacob and Esau. You got the story of Christmas, and you got a bunch of stuff with Jesus on it. And it's like, I just remember being so impressed by this, and it's one of those things too. Well, you don't feel like it's preaching, for lack of a better word. It's preaching the Bible to you, and it's like, and yeah, that's a good introduction for kids. And I don't know, the other thing too is like, it's basically an isekai. It's, cut to these two modern day kids. Well, modern day. Well, I think you could say modern day because they technically don't date the kids in this, and they get transported into Superbook, get to meet these Bible characters, they experience the story from the Bible and go back, and they, learn some big old lesson at the end, and I remember these lessons. And yeah, I didn't even know this was anime until much, much later. So, honestly, Superbook might have turned me into the person I am today. So, thanks, Superbook. You are an awesome little. I don't remember how I got you. I think I won you at a bingo. What a bingo! I think I won something in elementary school and they gave it to me. And I should probably talk about the animation because it's animated by Tuscanoko Productions, who don't have a lot, but they were primarily the studio that did Speed Racer and Samurai Pizza Cats. And a bunch of old-timey guys, and I did big co-producers on a bunch of stuff that I don't think really talk about. Apparently, the people who animated this also did stuff like Evangelion. They're doing an anime this season called the original bowling anime Turkey, so yeah. They're a studio that know what they're doing. Good old, it's the Speed Racer studio, so. And yeah, I didn't watch the rest of the Superbook. I really only watched the 6 episodes I had on VHS, but I watch it all the time. And when I found the first episode on YouTube, it's like, this is coming back to me as a nostalgic bomb. It's like, oh my god, this is awoken something huge in my memory. I remember it. I remember these lines. I remember how. Oh, it's so nostalgic for me. This is literally nostalgic. Superbook is so nostalgic for me. I love Superbook. Yeah, I remember Chris. I remember his friend Joy. I remember the little dog. I remember the robot. I remember the lesson that these kids would learn. I remember the trailers on the VHS tape. I remember I would pop the VHS. I would pop it in to watch it. I remember the trailer that played in front of Superbook. One of which was a trailer for the sequel season of Superbook, was the Superbook 2, with and the song that they played. Oh, I remember all this. Oh my god, so nostalgic, nostalgia bomb. And this is when I was a little kid. So, it was one of my first anime. This is before I got really into Pokemon and Digimon and Hamtaro and Beyblades and Code Captors, and Superbook was the first. It was my first anime. Wait. Yeah, it might have been my first anime. It's the first thing I remember getting really obsessed over. It was my first anime obsession. I remember watching. I remember watching Superbook when I was sick from school, and I was sick a lot, so I would watch it maybe I would watch it probably every day when I was sick. It was probably my first anime obsession. It turned me to the anime fan I am today, and I love Superbook for that. And I kind of wish I had watched more Superbook. I can talk more than the 6 episodes on this VHS tape. But let's be honest. Okay, 2 tapes, and let's be honest. This was the 90s. This was old school anime. Kids today, I don't know how good you have it. Back in my day, the anime was either you try to find it on TV and pray it's not a repeat, or you get the 3 episodes on VHS and DVD and spend a buttload on it. It's because of those, your Crunchyroll, your Netflixes, and your streaming services. Back in my day, DVDs were expensive. VHS tapes had 3 episodes on them, and we watched those 3 episodes. All we could watch. Because Heaven Goody found Superbook on TV, because I don't even know where they aired it. It said Chris on TV now. I don't even know what channel that was. I'm not sure we had that channel. But yeah. Man, so and stuff. But yeah. There's not much you can say about Superbook other than the fact that honestly, it's not even a show. It's not even a show that I can talk about personally. It's more like when I talk about Superbook, I am taken back to being 10 years old and just lying on the couch, both lying on the couch and just being bored because I couldn't go to school, and just putting it on and watching watching it, and then probably falling asleep and then probably falling asleep when it was done, and then painfully winding it because it's VHS. And then sadly getting thrown into the VHS cupboard for all eternity because VHS had a style. So, but I was just feeling nostalgic. I wanted to find it, and we still had it. Honestly, I totally want to see if I can find if they still would play if I put it into a VHS file. Yeah, not much you can say about Superbook. It's a nice animation. It's a great animated series for kids without talking down to kids. Like it feels like they're trying to tell a story for kids without talking down and making kids feel stupid. But it's something we need to do. Like, kids are smart. You can make media for kids without talking down to the kid. It's like, no, you can tell stories about. You can preach about the Bible without going super preachy about it. Like, you can be honest with kids. And, to be honest, when it comes to religion, people tend to get really preachy and self-important, and like, which is why stuff like, and which is why Superbook and some, this is why VeggieTales and things like Superbook are so fondly remembered, because they were mainly just sad about telling stories for kids. The fact that they happen to be telling stories that were religious in principle and were about Christian and Catholic stories just happened to be something they were doing, and their first priority was just being entertaining for kids. And it's like, that's what kids want. You don't have to preach to kids. I know. Maybe that's part of the reason I wanted to do this episode, because when it comes to religion, particularly when it comes to religion and children's media, it gets super heavy-handed. Where it's like, we're just gonna we're gonna yell at kids about God and Jesus for like 20 minutes. It's like, that's not gonna make the kids want to, be religious. If anything, that's gonna alienate them from the goddamn hypocrites. It's like, no. If you tell a story that is not even trying to be religious, then if you just tell a good story, you just have to have Christian stuff in it, and it's gonna stick with the kid way more because it's still good. Like, again, I watched Superbook so much, and I remember what they were doing. I still remember imagery from this. I still remember thinking of my brother's keeper with the story of Cain and Abel. Like, I still remember imagery from the Noah's Ark episode with the, I mean, on the back of the box, the ship on the rock, and them getting the dove to find the. Like, I still remember that imagery. It's like, it sticks with you because it was fun. Like, tell a good story. Don't. But now I'm preaching. It's like the BL and all shouldn't be. We just need to let the kid by God. No, it should be. We're gonna tell a good story about God. It's like, oh yeah, that was lit. How's the story? Like, oh, not good. Okay, but F you then. And keep in mind, people, I am. Okay, I was raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school, which is probably why I got this. Which is probably why I got it, because I got it from a Catholic school. Oh, Lady of the Assumption. So it's like, yeah, I was raised Catholic. I knew I read the Bible. Not a lot, but I have the Bible on my shelf over here. I'm not gonna throw it out. So it's like, yeah. I am also not a right-wing religious nut, because I also freaking hate religion. As it happens when you get older, you realize all religions are hypocrites. But I respect religion. It's like, I'm not atheist. Like, no, I would say I'm more Catholic than I am not, but I don't want to shove my religion into people's faces. I am one of those I am not gonna, slam my religious belief into your face. Like, if you don't believe, who cares? I don't fucking... Like, as long as you're a good person, you're not killing people, who cares? It's like, as long as you are loving, accepting of people, and you are being kind to those around you, that's all that matters. If you're good, you have to be a good person. Like, hey, if you're a good person and you're not Catholic, I don't care. Although, let's be honest, Christianity, the frickin' beast. Yeah, we're gonna accept all people. F the LGBT. Like, damn it, I hate you people. And now I'm getting into if I just talk about this, I'm gonna get pseudo religious wars. Like, but yeah, I love Superbook. It was my first anime obsession. Like, even before I really knew a lot about Pokemon and Digimon, Superbook was what I gravitated towards first. And it's just a good, solid feeling. And I'm pretty sure all of Superbook is uploaded on the YouTube, so I can watch it on YouTube. Or I could probably find have the VHS player and play my VHS tapes. Not two massive VHS tapes. Okay. I love this thing so much. Just sat on the table next to me when I was sick. I loved it. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Superbook. My first anime of all time. I got you there, didn't I? Ha ha ha! This is my April Fool's Day episode. So, but, serious time, because it's not a joke anymore. Remember to like and subscribe to this podcast on Spotify. Just subscribe to Spotify. Give the podcast a like. Just help the algorithm boost our numbers to get that Canadian Fangirl trending to more people. Like and follow my socials: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Bluesky. Feel free to follow me on Twitch. I don't care. This podcast is now on YouTube. If you go to PKMNJfan on YouTube and look at that Canadian Fangirl, please give it a like on YouTube if that's where you're watching it. Also, comment on YouTube if you're watching it over there. My writing is on Wattpad and Fanfiction. Go follow me on that. No gatekeeping. We don't gatekeep this community. If you like something, you're a fan of it. Don't let other people tell you otherwise. Leave a comment down below when you read the description. The comments are right there. Leave a comment on Spotify if you're still happy. Again, Spotify, YouTube, leave comments. And remember, when people ask, what fangirl do you listen to? Is that Canadian Fangirl? What's Canadian Fangirl? That Canadian Fangirl. Alright. Later, people! Happy April Fool's! Happy April! Birthday month! Woo!